I'm trying something right now, and I don't know if it's a good idea or not to do it live for the first time. But we're planting corn today, right or wrong, we are doing it. And we're trying to set up the turn automation. But I don't know if it's gonna work. Oh dang, that air came back. We're ready to take over at a moment's notice. Oh, it's slowing down. Slowed down to 7. Okay. Okay. Lift the planter. Oh, we gotta let it turn a little farther. But it's working. It's working. Now let's see. Is it gonna get the planter in the ground fast enough? I'm a little skeptical. Get turned. Get turned. Get turned. Not quite. We're gonna have a little skip. All right, that was close. That was close. We just need it to go a little farther into the headlands before it turns. But yeah, it's working. All right, let's see. How do I make that adjustment? Applications, auto turn automation, start turn. Start turn. Let's go plus, I don't know, like 10 feet. I'll say 15. Yeah. We'll try that one. All right, now let's get to some questions. How we doing? Are you planning a 50-50 corn to beans this year? Well, kind of. We're actually a few acres heavy on beans just from a rotational standpoint, and we've got wheat. So it's kind of a 2/5, 2/5, 1/5 type of thing, but I don't even know if we're that much wheat. Have you noticed the increase in planting acres? Well, I mean, our acres are increased in how much is planted. Not many of the neighbors are planting, if that's what you're asking me. I'm not sure what you mean by increase in planting acres. Hello, why shouldn't you be planting? Well, because it's going to be a cold rain tomorrow, and it's going to be cold for several days after that, and I don't know if it is a good idea that we are out here. But we're out here, and we're doing it regardless. Dad is pretty adamant that we should be planting, and we should be doing as much as we can. I thought we should be doing some, but we've got quite a bit done, and we are starting to mount some risk here. But there's a lot of risk in not having it planted too, because it could rain for 4 weeks, and then we're screwed. I don't know if we should be doing this or not, but we're going to finish this field. There's 100 acres between here and that wheat field, and that's what we're going to plant. Oh, let's see if we're going to turn this time. Executing turn. Okay, we're past the ends. Start turning, start turning. Oh, it's beautiful. It's working. I should have my GoPro so I can film this for you guys to watch tomorrow in the video instead of just today. It's working. Straighten it out. Straighten it out. Good job. Get the planter in the ground. Get it in the ground. Get it in the ground. Get it in the ground. Oh, we're still just a little late. All right, we got to get it to set the planter down faster. There's got to be a way to do this. Planter exit. Edit. Uh-oh, somebody's calling me. Oh, it's Dad. Distance, -30 feet. Understanding distance. This is a sequence that executes the steps at this distance to point A. The sequence step with the most negative distance is executed first. Okay, so if we're at -30, let's go -40. We'll try that. It's got to have time to get the planter in the ground before we get to the headland boundary. All right, back to here. 10 p.m. in Aberdeenshire, Scotland. Well, thanks for joining. Yeah, cold the next few days. 2 lives in 1 week. Is it 2 lives in 1 week? I mean, the last one was a week ago, so I don't know. Yeah, okay. Hi. When is your wife coming for a ride? I don't know. I don't know. She works, so it's hard for her to just get here all the time, and we haven't really been planting much on a weekend yet. All right, let's see how we do this time. Slow down. Section control is off. Planter is lifting. We are turning. Isn't this cool? Turning. Okay, straighten it out. Put the planter in the ground. 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 Got it. Still could be a little sooner, but that's awesome. That's awesome. All right, let's flip you guys around here so you can look at me instead of the planter, because that's what everybody wants to see, right? Me. Yeah. Anyway, I can put you in my holder this way. All right, where am I going to sit? How do I want you to look at me? Right there. Okay. Back to my run screens. There we go. Hello. What about Berkey? So Berkey this year is all beans and wheat. We're not planting any corn there, which means I don't have to take this tractor there, which is good. Brock is down there right now finishing up the disking. I went down yesterday and got started on it, and we're going to wait until after this rain system pushes through to go down and plant the beans. But that should be one of the first things we do, depending on rainfall and how much we get and all that stuff. But yeah, we have a problem. Got a row pushing. We got a rock and a conceal somewhere. Let's go look. Bring you guys with me. All right. Flip the camera so you can see what we're doing. Row 2 over here. Spin and you can see we got a trench. That's not good. We don't like trenches. Yeah. Stuck. Oh, right there. This seems to be the worst trouble. Is we get these little rocks that get caught between the conceal knife and the opener blades. We gotta try and do that. Get them out of there. To my knowledge, I haven't broken any of those conceal knives yet, but that's happened a couple of times. No big deal, as long as you catch it. We'll leave that one right there. I have a rule. I don't pick up every rock because we'll never get every rock. But if a rock causes me trouble, it has to go. Can't be letting it do it again. Okay. Go, 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 go. There it goes. It'll be fine. Dust is flying. Could be like 2019, the rest of the spring. Yeah, see, exactly. And so here's the thing, right? So a lot of people who I trust a lot are telling me that I should not be planting, especially corn. Like some of my closest trusted advisors say, no, you should not be planting corn. But everybody kind of goes based on their experiences, right? Generally, the older generation, for some reason my dad not included in this, has experiences with replanting corn and with bad weather causing issues from early planted stuff. Like, I understand that. What are we doing, tractor? Way off. Way off. It's my fault. I tried taking over instead of letting it do its thing. Anyway, so, you know, and I've had to replant corn too before. I've done that. I've been there. But the one that stings me still is 2019. And you guys didn't see it because it was right before I started making these videos. But we were so wet in the spring, we did not do anything. We did not bit any field. We did not plant a field. We did nothing until June 4th. It was wet all spring. It rained all the time. And that scars you. And so anytime I have this opportunity to plant into dry, perfect soil conditions, it's like, you go and do it, because it can start raining at any time and we could be out for who knows how long, and I don't want that to happen. So yeah, we're gonna keep planting. send the rain in May. Well, May is not that long away. Yeah, I know. I said May 10th, but we might be done planting before that. It's not there yet. And what I really need is warm. What is your soil temperature? Honestly, I couldn't tell you right now. I have not stuck a thermometer in the ground since Sunday. And so at that point it was 66 degrees. Right now, I would suspect our soil temperature is in the mid 50s. Like 55 would be my guess. But I don't know that. Alright. Still playing with this turn thing, watching it, making sure it's working right. It's a little jumpy. We need to smooth it down. And we need to, let's turn our max speed down to like 6.5 instead of 7. Max infield speed, I want to set it 9. And this planter exit one is still just a little bit too late. Try that. Alright. Hello. This was old school. Planting would take longer. Right, well, and see, that's another factor with this. Why are we pushing it right now? Because I can plant so fast. I don't have to push it. But we are. Hello from Italy. Hello. Have you drove a Fendt? I have never driven a Fendt. Not opposed to a Fendt, but I have never driven one. That, and I really do like my John Deere GPS guidance stuff. Hello from Latvia. What happened to the A335R? Yeah, Phil had a issue with a steering code coming up, what was that, Friday afternoon, Saturday morning. And it was a blown O-ring and a priority valve, I guess. The tech came out Saturday morning and tore into some stuff, and that's what he ended up finding. So I've talked about it in more videos. Alright. I need to get my internet on my iPad. I keep forgetting. Alright, I like the pace. I like the turn. Man, this is cool. Go. Alright. Set her down. Oh, yeah, much better. Ah, got it. Got it. Okay. Where are we at? Are there any other crops grown in your area that you have considered growing them? Not really. There's a few other things, a few small acres of some other things, especially once you get a little ways away from our immediate area. A few guys growing tomatoes, a few other vegetables east of here a ways, not right where we're at. I've heard of guys growing barley, but no, not really, and I haven't really considered any of them. The thing about specialty crops is there may be a premium to it until that year where you have a quality issue and then they'll buy it from you and you're screwed. And that has happened to people multiple times around here. So we're a little cautious when it comes to specialty stuff like that. Nice looking setup, sir. How much horsepower does it really need to pull a planter that size or bigger? Yeah, we're lacking it. I don't know if you guys can tell it, but this field has quite a hill going behind us. Going this way, we can go as fast as we want. Going the other way, we slow down to 6 or 6.5 miles an hour. Just don't have the power to pull. So a 410 would do better. If we had an 8RX 410, I think it would be okay. There's probably some situations you would still run short. A 9RX, a 460 or 470 or whatever they call them would be plenty of power for this setup. That said, I'm doing what I want. I don't want to run 10 miles an hour all the time. I don't need that, so I'm not upset about it. Also, I keep getting you guys telling me I should chip the tractor. I can assure you that is not happening. We will not be chipping this tractor. And I get it. I know people do it. I know people have gotten just fine with it, but we bought the extended warranty with this tractor. There ain't no way that I'm doing something like that that gives deer an excuse. My neighbor farmer back home when I was growing up would say, if the rock causes me to lose time or money, I'm sure going to use it. Yeah. Build a big barbecue island and patio and a fireplace wall full of those rocks. Yeah, we have a fieldstone rock wall in my parents' house. Plan, go time. I guess 2019 was bad. I agree. We planted one day in May in 2019 in Illinois. I can't answer the phone right now, Brock. I'm doing a live stream. That I can get a hold of him. Let's see. I can text Brock from my iPad. Where's my that one? Your message. 2. Should I tell you guys Brock's phone number? Alright, now we can't let the auto turn work here because we have to go do some more end rows. Not delivered, it says. Well, why didn't it get delivered? No, that's not gonna work. Thought I could just text somebody from there. Maybe not. Oh well. Oh, Sophia. Hi from Italy. AK while the sun shines. Plant now because you can. Yeah, well, that's what we're doing. We're planting now because we can. Hello from France. Hello. 3023 XF and 15J91 in the ground. 2 or 3 days now. 15J91 is a really good hybrid. You're going to like that one a lot. Alright, we got to set up a guidance line. Select a guidance line. Spot here, about right there. Guidance line, let's see, we're on the west-south ends. That one, got it. Shift track, go plan. I'll make sure that our line is where we want it. Hit the auto steer button. Dang it. Now we got a big curve. Good thing we're in the back ends and not along the road. Whoops. How many acres do you farm? You usually do 50-50 corn and beans. We farm a little over 3,000, and no, we have some wheat as well. But the corn and beans are about the same number of acres, roughly. Hi, Ron. I got auto turn set up perfect for my fall equipment. I can't get it to work for my spring tool. Well, I don't know what your spring tool is, but it works pretty good for the planter. The planter's easy. All it has to do is lift it. Slow down and lift it. You don't have to worry about 4 different options, 4 different things. You know, everything shuts off when I lift the planter up. I don't have to click a foot switch like we do with anhydrous, all that good stuff. Usually I don't mess with it until we get to Berkey, but this is a decent field for it. And when we get down there, they're big square open fields, so you like literally plant the ends and then you don't have to touch the steering wheel until you're done. Do you plan on watering again if needed this year? Well, I don't have any cornfields along the river to water, so I don't know if that is going to happen. We could potentially irrigate some beans. We might irrigate some beans, but there's a lot of factors that are dependent there. How much rain we get, how our beans look, whether they've got disease in them, all kinds of stuff. So I did not irrigate beans 2 years ago when we had the opportunity. We'll see. Generally, earlier works out better than later. Occasionally it won't. But it's mainly fuel and time. If things work out, this early stuff will drop away. Hi from UK. Yeah, you're right. Generally, the earlier you plant, the better. That's not a hard and fast rule, but it is a general guideline, and it is usually true. Now, we'll see. But we do have risk. We have a lot of risk because it's cold. And the nice thing is that the only thing that we are out is the time and cost of running the planter over the field, which is not nothing, but it's not huge, right? Especially on beans, we're 100% replant guarantee from the seed company, so they will cover the cost of the seed. We are, today might be our early plant date for crop insurance coverage. I think it's the 20th of April. So anything planted today or after, if we have to replant it, the crop insurance company will offer us a payment. I think it's like $45 an acre or something like that. That may be for corn. I don't know. It's got to be close to that. And then corn early plant date was, I don't know if it was the 15th or the 10th or the 12th or something. It's earlier than beans, so we've been covered on the corn replant basically from the beginning, I think. I don't know. Can you guys see if I flip the camera? There's water coming up here. What do I do about that? Lift over it, lift over it, lift over it. Tile that bleeds out of the woods there. All right, now we're back off to the races. It's not that you can just choose to grow some random specialty crops. You have to have a market for it. Right, exactly. And that's why there's not a lot else grown here, is we don't have a market. No one wants to buy that item near enough to make it profitable and stuff. Yeah, so there was some guys a few years ago that grew some spelts, which is like wheat, but it's just a little different. They use it for food stuff. Something, I don't know, gluten-free flour. I don't know what it was exactly, but and then there's been some guys talk about malt barley for the craft breweries in Ohio and Michigan that want locally grown stuff. And those are all fine and stuff, and they're good markets until you have that year where we have vomitoxin. And they can't make food out of it, or beer. And then they won't buy it from you. And what do you do with it? Because there's nowhere else to sell it. Will you be able to pull at 10 miles per hour in Berkey consistently? No, we will not. It's not just the hills. It's not just going uphill that we can't go 10 miles an hour. We run out of power. It's even on the flat ground. You know, we're limited to 8.5, which is fine. I don't need to go 10 miles an hour. I'm covering ground really fast. Like I pulled into this field at 4:45, just enough time to get my stuff set up here. And it's now 5:24 and we've got 35 acres done. Hasn't even been an hour. There's only 65 in the field. Like it's going to take me just over an hour to do this. And then we got 35 acres next door that take me 45 minutes. One of these days, after this rain goes through, we'll find out how many acres we can plant in a day. We'll probably only have one of those days, but we'll try and do it. Hi from Upper Michigan, 39 degrees out and rainy. Ooh, that's different than here. It's 75-ish out right now. You still having issues with the 9R? No. The tech came out, and I don't know if it just cleared codes and stuff, but to my knowledge, the codes have not come back, and it's been fine. They're already 20 foot wider, going 2 miles an hour faster. Exactly. 3 miles an hour faster. Any new ground for 23? Nope. Oh, before I forget, enjoy our videos. I hope and pray all farmers have a great year. Thank you. Is that a... green. Is that the Jamaican flag? Somewhere in Africa, maybe. I don't know. I can't see it very good. Anyway, while we've got a minute here, would you guys do me a favor and subscribe to the channel if you haven't? Like the video, maybe. I would appreciate that. And when we're done here, in just a little while, you're getting a bonus episode. So as soon as we wrap up this live stream, there will be a video post of Brock's day yesterday. Brock did indeed have a camera with him, filmed a fair bit, but I did not get the footage until way too late to try and edit it into yesterday's video. So I made it its own today, and it goes live at 6 o'clock. So look for that when we're done here. Do any double cropping with wheat and beans? A little. We are too far north to get away with a lot of double crop, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So yes, we do double crop beans. Some years not. Last year we did not. 2 years ago we did. I have an 85, 86 acre field that I have ready and set up to double crop. I have plans to double crop. I don't know that we will. It just depends on when the wheat comes out, what the ground moisture conditions are like, forecast, that kind of stuff. If we get rain right before wheat harvest where we have moisture and the beans will start growing right away, then sometimes it works, especially if we have an early wheat harvest. If it's after the 10th of July, we don't even try. It's too late. Awesome day for a live stream. Hi Al, go green. Here in Italy with March and April early beans, we have many maturity problems. Green beans, green stems. I really don't understand how it is possible for you to plant so early. There is, okay, I'm not going to say no way, but if you are planting the same type of beans that we are, planting date has no effect on whether they have green stems and beans and leaves in the fall. The maturity will, and then some of the fungicides and stuff that we spray later will, but our beans that we plant, they mature based on the length of darkness, how much nighttime they get. And so as soon as the days start getting shorter, they start to mature. That's why if you have a street light or a security light along a field of beans, the beans underneath it will stay green until after a frost. They will never ripen because they're daylight 24 hours a day. And it keeps them green. So must be something different that the type of bean or something if you think that's attributed to early planting. Any Dr. Pepper in the mini fridge? Oh, no, I don't. We got an A&W, and we got a Mountain Dew. Whoops. They're ice cold, by the way. I bet my water's almost frozen in there. Hello, sorry I'm late. Hi Nathan, just arrived. Always like your live stream. Well, welcome. Thanks for joining. My uncle planted over 70 acres yesterday and today. Good deal. Let's see. So I'm up to 750 acres with this planter, although a lot of that was beans. But we're pushing 500 acres of corn, and we'll be over 600 of beans by the end of the day. We may be closer to 700 acres of beans planted. We've got a lot of stuff in the ground. I don't know if that's good or bad, but we've got a lot. What percentage of planting do you think you'll have done now? Is this the earliest you've been this far ahead? So 2012 was the other year that we were way ahead. I think we finished planting like the 23rd of April that year, so we were probably ahead of this pace at that point, but it was way warmer that year. So I don't know. But we're less than half on corn, close to half on beans. Are the area neighbors in the fields? Yes, but mostly with tillage. I've only seen with my own eyes one other person planting. Now I have heard of other people. I heard of a farmer 30 miles north of us that's got 1,000 acres of corn in the ground. We're not the only ones, but we're definitely pushing it. Have you ever tried 15-inch rows for corn? No, not for corn. I don't have a 15-inch row corn head. Broken tile. I doubt that wet spot is a broken tile. It's mostly just water bleeding out of the trees there. I always enjoy watching your live streams, your channel on a daily basis. Thank you. Watching while planting corn on NC. In NC? That would make sense. What's up, Mike? Hi from the UK. Did you already plant your corn after wheat and oat radish in no-till? I don't have any of that this year. We did not plant any oats and radishes last fall. Everything we did in wheat stubble was clover, and we terminated the clover in the fall and chiseled it under. So I had some stale seedbed stuff that we ended up not leaving as stale seedbed. Some of that stuff that we ran the field cultivator across late last year in December, it was too rough, so we did not do that again. Didn't just plant it like we thought we would. Make sure Deere has up-to-date software on your planner. We have an Exactimerge that was giving random readings and an update fixed that. Good to know. The only thing I'm really having trouble with right now is my Exactimerge. It's sometimes erratic, sometimes not. And I've got one sensor that sometimes says that it doesn't detect flow, but it is flowing because I checked it. When Dad says it's time to go, it's time to, yeah. Well, I respect my dad's opinion a lot, but he doesn't make all of the decisions. So, tried some strip-till beans, got some good results. Without any kind of fertilizer, better maturity, bigger beans. They're just like 100 millimeters the entire year, like 50 inches. The roots. Well, like 50 inches of rain is a lot in a year, but yeah, I think strip till would work good for both beans and corn. Good afternoon from Southwest Alabama. Good afternoon. I planted double zero maturity beans in Minnesota July 7th. They did about 25. I'm impressed. Generally, they tell us not to plant super early beans in July or late like that. And it goes back, turn on automation. It goes back to the day length thing, right? If you plant an early bean late, you've cut off the early season of that bean's life because it's planted so late, and then it's still going to start maturing based on the short day length, so it's cutting off the tail end of it as well. You want to plant a mid-maturity bean late like that so that they don't ripen too soon. I don't know if that's right or wrong, but that's the theory. Did you consider putting any starter fertilizer on your beans on irrigated field since you used 30-inch planter? I did a strip. I did like 7 or 8 acres of them in there with the pop-up in furrow because I had it on the planter. And I thought, let's try this. Yeah. I didn't really want to pull my tank, so I didn't. I don't know. I'm doing some experiments with that. We've been doing some experiments with that, and we have seen some results, but we've also seen some pretty high costs with the products that we're using in order to get those results, and I don't know if it's worth it. So, we'll see. All right, you guys want to see something cool here? I know we're getting behind still, but we live in Racine, Ohio. I don't know where that is. Beans. Italy may mean green beans. Yeah, could be green beans in Italy. Okay. You can't see it because of the dust, but we're about to go downhill. Okay? So, I've got her set at 10. When we start going downhill, we should have the power to get there. Look at this. Oh, it's incredible. 70 acres an hour. Wow, 74. I mean, that's just, it's amazing. And then you look at this screen, and our singulation is 100%. Like, that is, blows my mind that this planter can do that. Blows my mind. It is amazing. Wow, that's really good. My phone plugged back in before it dies on me. Yeah. It's still hard to get used to. This whole turn thing. Alright. Alright.
What's your favorite crop? Oh, I mean, corn for sure, right? I mean, combining really good beans is fun, but corn is it's just something about it. I mean, I'm not alone. American farmers love growing corn, and we're really good at it. Hi from Lithuania. Welcome. It's amazing. Occasionally on your display on the cab post, we see it flashing with the blue or orange warning signs. Curious what's causing that. Yesterday you saw the little blue circle because it was mad at me because I had to restart my tractor and hit the battery disconnect, and I hit the battery disconnect before it told me it was okay because it was still pumping DEF out of the lines in case it froze. But I literally turned it off and turned it back on, and then it's like, if you keep doing that, you're going to damage your tractor. Whatever. So then it beeped at me, or it had that little blue circle up there telling me that until I cycled the power again. No big deal. But those are usually some kind of a warning or a air trouble code that the tractor is throwing for one reason or another. You ever tried banding fertilizer about 8 inches deep? I have not. That's pretty much strip till and what I really want to try, but I haven't been able to make that happen yet. What does a zero maturity bean equal in the U.S.? Because in Europe it's only 0, 0, and 1. I would assume it's the same. So we go, there's double zeros, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way to 7, I think. I don't know. I've never seen anything above a 4, but I know they exist. I don't know how that's different, I guess. So after using it for a while, how do you feel about the 2x2 and in-furrow systems on the planter? So I really like them. The telltale will be once the corn starts coming up and, you know, the agronomics and fertility benefits of it, which I expect to see, but you never know. We'll see. As far as the systems go, the 2x2 has given me little trouble. Those little rocks stuck in the conceals every now and then, it's happened a few times. That's the biggest issue. Outside of that, the 2x2 system has worked really well. I had a couple of leaks, I guess, but nothing major. The in-furrow system, the deer system, it seems to work, but it has given me some trouble. I've got a couple of sensors that every now and then pop up and say they're not detecting flow, and for some reason, it's been very erratic. Let me see if I can pull up one of these maps and show you. Well, this field's been a lot better. It's a lot more consistent. I wonder why. I don't know if I'm getting air in the system and it takes a long time to work it out or what, but, like, if you look at this map, this is my in-furrow rate map, right? And it's pretty consistent. Like, we got a yellow. These are the high rate zones, okay? But look at, like, this pass right here, where it was just jumping all over. Or along there, or right there, or, like, I don't understand why it does that. And I can sit here and watch it, and this number the target is 5, and it will jump between 2 and 8 and just bounce back and forth. But it's much better in this field than what it has been, so I don't know. But I do like it. How freaky is it Field of Planet 10? Dude, it is crazy. This is so much different than last year. Oh, it's crazy. It's taken a lot of the stress off and a lot of the pressure, and I really like that. So... volume in your fertilizer tanks, is there a sensor measurement, or do you just enter a number when filling? I just enter that number after we fill, so that's how much we should have left based on what it's applied and what I told it we started with. Same thing there. Could you manually put the tractor into a lower gear to get the RPMs up? It should hold the speed better then. Well, it's an IVT. I mean, I can take it out of auto mode and run the RPMs up as high as I want, but I don't really want to do that. We were planting corn, beans, it's been a little pre-plant. Good, Trevor. I am glad somebody else is working. So they're a neighbor that I had talked to them. They're actually one of the people I took some seed to. Was that yesterday? No, day before yesterday. And they had not planted anything yet, but I'm glad that they are now. So it makes me feel better. I'm not the only one. Successful early planting corn. How much does that save on average on drying and less budding? I don't know. Who knows, right? Theoretically, the April planted corn should be dry. It's going to have plenty of heat units. That's so weird. But it all depends on the weather through the summer. So one of the really nice things is I have been able to get a lot of the full season corn planted. Like I talk about it in tomorrow's video, but I've planted a box of 112-day corn. I've planted the paper bags of 113-day corn. I've planted a box of 110-day. We've got 109 in the planter right now. Most of my full season corn is in the ground. So yeah, that's a good thing. Are you going to plant as much as you can? Probably not. So I'm going to finish this field here in the next little 35 acres, and then we're gonna quit for tonight. And it's supposed to be raining tomorrow, and much cooler. So yeah, something was dragging over there. Is it still? It's right in the middle though, so I can't see. Oh, let's move my camera. No, it doesn't look like it. Hard to tell. Sometimes when stuff's dragging and you pick up on the end, it falls out. And you're good. I didn't notice it because all the dust, you can't see anything behind you. But in Italy, I plant 4.5 beans. Aha! So that is the difference right there. The 4.5. So at least in America, if you get over a group 4 maturity bean into a 4.5 like that, they are no longer an indeterminate bean. They are a determinate bean. And what that means is that our beans will grow vegetatively and reproductively at the same time. So they will start flowering as soon as the days start getting shorter, June 21st. But they're only this tall then. So they start flowering, but they're also getting taller. And they'll keep getting taller and taller right through the end of August and adding more flowers and more pods all along. The full season beans, the group 4s like that in fuller season, are a determinate variety. They do all of their vegetative growth first, and then they start flowering and growing reproductively. Very different type of bean. I would assume that has something to do with your green stems, but I could be wrong. Thanks for the shout out. You're welcome. Hello from Toronto, Canada. Ready to plow snow tomorrow. We aren't going to get snow, at least not enough to plow. How's your farm set up? LLC, straight corp. We are actually a C corp. How many seeds a second is 10 miles per hour? A lot. I'd have to do the math on this. I figured it out a few days ago after I looked in. I found the RPMs of the motors. I'm like, there's no way that's right. It was like 1,700 RPM or something, the electric motors. And it's not right. There's got to be a gearbox in there because at 10 miles an hour at 32,000 seeds per acre, it should be turning at roughly 100 or 103 RPMs or something along those lines. So there's 32 holes. Hold my calculator. There's 32 holes on a disc. Is there a calculator on here? Applications, calculator. 32 times, call it 100, is 3,200 seeds per minute, divided by 60, be 53 seeds a second. Around 50. That's a lot. And to singulate them perfectly, that's amazing. How fast are the seed bolts spinning? Yeah. I think you look much more relaxed compared to last year. I'm saying that based on the planter performance. The planter is performing better. I am getting more comfortable with how it works and running it, feeling better about it. And I'm telling you, I'm less stressed. There is much less hurry in me. Like, I don't sprint filling the planter up and trying to get back to the field because I know I got to keep moving. I can take my time. Like, I haven't spent more than 4 hours, 5 hours in the tractor in a day yet, and we've gotten more done than I think we should, kind of thing. Like, I'm just not pushing it. Could you try to explain the growing degree days and total number of days to maturity? I'm a little foggy with that. Yeah, sure. So the days to maturity thing, when it comes to rating corn hybrids, you can just toss that number out. When I say 110-day corn, 105-day corn, that doesn't mean a dang thing. I've never actually done the math on how many days it actually is, but those are just relative numbers. What really matters is growing degree days, and all of our hybrids have a rated growing degree days to black layer or to flower or whatever. And so they're based on that. And what a growing degree day is, it takes a little math. So you take the high temperature for the day, say it's 80 degrees, you subtract 50 because we use a base 50 for growing degree day calculations, which means on that day you accumulated 30 growing degree days. Okay? Now, say it's 100 degrees. That does not mean that you accumulate 50 growing degree days on a 100 degree day. And the reason because corn and plants in general slow down and kind of shut down when it gets above 86 degrees. And so once we hit 86, we cut it off. So the most growing degree days you can accumulate in one day is 36. Some people, or I have seen where they use a base 55 for growing degree day calculations. I'm pretty confident all the ratings and stuff that we use are base 50. And basically nothing's growing below 50 degrees, but after 50 degrees it is growing some. But it's slow. So like corn may take 150 growing degree days to emerge from the ground once you plant it. Well, if it's 55 degrees next week, it's going to take a long time to get 150, 5 degrees at a time. Like, we're going to need some warm days. Does that help? I think that helps. Hit the like. Please do. Did you get the pip done? They are coming tomorrow, which is why we're not planting tomorrow. Part of the reason. But yeah, they're coming tomorrow to do the planter pip. How much money is all that equipment you're driving? A lot. I'm not going to lie. It's expensive. Between the two, you're not $1 million, but you're 800,000 to $1 million, somewhere in that ballpark. We demoed a planter with the in-furrow last year. It seemed very inconsistent as well, but I thought it might have just been because it's such a low rate. I wonder about that sometimes too, but then other times it works just fine. So my analysis is that it is air in the system, but I don't know how to bleed all the air out. Thought I had it. Then I ran the tank empty one day and it started again worse. So I was like, well, that was the wrong thing to do. But yeah, it's working. So, would you get an RX-9, a 9RX? Not for planting. I probably wouldn't. I would consider an 8RT over that, probably. But I don't know. A 9RX, I would not be opposed to having one, but it'd be a tillage tractor for us. I don't know that I want to pull a planter with a 9. I'm sure it's fine. A lot of guys do. Did you make any variety changes because of early and possible pull? Not really, no. I'm stuck to my plan. We are fertilizing sugarcane now. Ah, cool. Have you broken any conceal knives? Not that I'm aware of. None of them have fallen off. And I kind of check when I go out and dig a rock out of one to see if it broke it, and none of them have. But I haven't gone down the list and just checked every one to see if any of them are broken, so. I keep forgetting, it turns itself. I keep forgetting. We shouldn't be planting corn either, but we are right now too. From northern Indiana. Good luck. Yep, see, there you go. Row 23 has a downforce sensor issue. Imagine that. We're fixing that tomorrow. All that goes away. It's working right now. Hello from Syracuse, New York. How are you? We're dropping ponds here. Dropping ponds. I don't even know what that means. Treated my beans with Apex Saltro last minute ad, but was told that it helps with early planted beans. Planted them in 15 and 30s is either better than the other. I did tag you on Twitter. You tagged me on Twitter. I don't check Twitter very often, man. Yeah, so Apex and Saltro. Apex is the base treatment. That's good. Use that. The Saltro helps with SDS. SDS is worse with early planted beans. So yeah, that's a good thing, especially if you have any SDS concerns. As far as the seed bin 2 is almost empty. Yeah, we're gonna be short. Yeah, it might be. It might not be even. As far as the 15s versus 30, at this point, I think you're okay. Generally, 15s are better, especially the later we get. But we're still really early. The idea is sunlight capture, right? You don't want to have sunlight hit bare dirt. And 15s are going to canopy quicker than 30s. But we've got lots of time, so those 30s are going to make it, and they'll have time to capture that sunlight. We're making up for the sunlight hitting the ground by planting them earlier to give them more time. So that's my theory. Did Phil get all of last year's crops hauled, or did he get cut short with the early plantings? Oh no, he's still got some to haul. I don't know how much we've got left exactly. I don't think it's a ton, but yeah, there's still corn in the bins. How do you get so smart about what you do? It's experience. I've done this. I've done the seed business stuff for 15 years almost, and I go to the meetings. I listen. I watch the stupid webinars that everybody hates. But you know what? You sit there and you watch them and you listen and you learn something, and it's worth it. And even if you pick up just a little tidbit, I don't know, and then I make the other half up. I mean, sometimes, but no, I do pretty well, but it's all because I spend the time to teach myself and to learn it and to go out and talk to people, and I ask questions, and yeah. I'm the guy that'll go to an ag meeting and actually ask questions and question things. Like, I will be like, wait a minute, you guys have told us this for years. Now you're telling me this. How can it be both? And, trying to explain, understand it. I really don't go just to gather information. I go to understand the information and figure out why things are the way they are, and not just that it is. So, I don't know. It's just like this whole do we plant, do we not plant thing, right? Like, I understand the risks, but I also understand how much of a benefit planting beans early is, especially beans and corn, but especially beans. Like, I think that the benefit outweighs the risk. Maybe that's because I haven't gotten burnt with beans being planted late, or had to replant beans. But I don't know. I don't know if I'm doing it right. Winging it. Find out, figure it out. All right, I got a few short little indrows to plant. How many acres planted as of now? Total acres planted, 1,100, somewhere like that. Corn and beans. I don't know exactly where we're at on corn. We've got to be pushing 500. When I get done with these two fields, we'll have a little over 200 for the day. Guidance, set track, pine barn, go. Drop the planter, lined up, push the center button, hit the auto steer button, go. The seed bin 2 is almost empty. All right, we're going to wrap this one up here pretty quick. It is almost 6 o'clock. I will repeat this again. At 6 o'clock, you guys are getting a bonus video today. Brock filmed some for me yesterday while he was doing some disking, some tillage, and I couldn't get it into yesterday's video, or this morning's video, because I didn't have it in time. But I got it this morning, had a chance to edit it while I was in the tractor here. It's about a 10-minute video, and decided to throw it up as bonus content rather than include it tomorrow. So as soon as we're done here, go look for that. Alright, there's our end. Switch back to our east. Actually, yeah, let's go back to the east side. I wonder how close we're going to come out. Even planter pass. Look like it's going to be. Oh well. Alright. Last time I irrigate the 4.5 beans 5 times to make 6 tons of the hectare. Wow. That sounds really good. I'll have to do some math. Do you prefer cash? Wow, I'm way behind in the chat. We're not going to catch up today, guys. Sorry. Cash rent. Everything we do is cash rent. Currently planting 5.4 indeterminate soybeans in eastern North Carolina at 96,000. 36-inch planter. Oh, man, I was with you until you said 36-inch rows. I'm late. Yeah, sorry. 70 acres an hour times 32,000 seeds per acre. 2.2 million seeds per hour divided by 60. Oh, geez. 622 seeds per second. Right. Divided by 24. Topic for next agronomy lesson, probably emergence, cold emergence, probably. That was a great explanation. Thanks very much. You're welcome. Planted potatoes, the past live stream, check my soil temps to that last rain. Cold front soil temps never got below 65. Wow, that's good. I'm surprised. We use 60-inch cotton to get growing degree day. Oh, 60 in cotton. Okay. You're lucky to be running. We ran into a fair bit of rain going to Jackson. We had a brief rain delay today, but we only got 200s out of it. So he's still jealous of you flying up and down the field, and he's putting along. He hasn't said that, but maybe. I like the turn automation. Scares you every time. Yeah, is it gonna do it now? I think I turned it off. Yeah, I turned it off. I gotta turn this time. Manure ponds. Oh, manure ponds. Yeah, ponds. Yeah, that makes sense. I understand what you're getting at now. I think you can set the monitor what your percentage is acceptable for your operation, so the monitor isn't always red at 99. Yeah, you can, but it's only red if the one row is outside of it. That's what I found, is that even at 99.8, sometimes that is red because the one row that's off is at 98 something. And so it shows up. But not a big deal. Planting $2.50 a second in seed alone. Yeah, that's a scary number, isn't it? At least you know all the problems that Zach had last year. I guess they're doing the updates on this planter too. Yeah, I saw that. It has not been nearly that bad. It has not stopped me from planting. Just tells me that it's not right. What would you like to try on demo? A strip till bar. Thumbs up, thank you. Your dad, Phil and Brock, gonna get a planter listen this year, so you're not the only trained one. Brock probably would like to. Dad has no interest. I don't think Phil does either. Do you buy the seed off Golden Harvest and then resell it, or does Golden Harvest send you seed and then you split the profit? It's a commission-based deal. One of the best ways to learn the lessons is why you're the best farming station in the nation. Thank you. When's the Berkey trip planned? Well, Brock's down there discing right now. Should be on his way back, actually. And Phil will go down after the rain. Welcome from Australia. Oh, we're out of seed. All right, guys, that's going to do it. Pretty sure he is Golden Harvest. Yes, I am Golden Harvest. Also, what would the cost of ordering beans already treated be versus the cost to treat yourself? I mean, I try and charge just under what the company charges for treated beans so that my customers get it cheaper than they would buying them pre-treated. If that makes sense. So they're about the same, but ring the bell, then you get a notification. Yep. Hey, Adam, thanks for that super chat. Really appreciate it. You're welcome for the videos. Estimate of how many years this planter will last you. I would be shocked if we don't still own this planter in 10 years. When will Mrs. Baker be running her planter? I don't know, but she's welcome to any time. Have a good day. Get it in the ground. Thanks, guys. Thanks for joining along. Glad you all could enjoy this one. 1 minute. Go watch Brock's video. He'll appreciate it. Tell him how good of a job he does and encourage him so that he keeps making videos. Zach, next time, bud. Sorry. See you, everybody. I got to go level seed tanks off.